All right, we're going to call the May the 5th, 2026 meeting order. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Kennedy and the roll call. But the invocation will be Teresa Wright with Central Florida Free Thought Community. Come on up. Everybody stand, please.
Mayor Johnson, commissioners, city staff, and members of the community, thank you for the opportunity to offer a few words to open tonight's meeting. We are gathered here in early May, a moment that has long been associated with workers, with labor, and with the question at the heart of civic life: what do we owe one another? It's a good question to carry into a commission meeting, because the work done in this room on budgets, on zoning, on public safety, on infrastructure, is ultimately an answer to that question made concrete. It is democracy not as a grand abstraction, but as a Tuesday night. The people of Ocoee are counting on that work to be done well. They are families and workers and neighbors with real needs and real stakes in these decisions. May tonight's discussions be grounded in the facts before you and guided by fairness. May disagreement, when it comes, be treated as information rather than opposition. May every voice in this room and every resident not in it be given genuine consideration. And may the work done here tonight be something years from now this city looks back on with quiet pride. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Here.
Commissioner Wilson,
Here.
Mayor Johnson,
here.
Commissioner Ferstner,
Here.
Commissioner Oliver.
Here.
All right, we got some couple proclamations here. We got one here. This one I wasn't gonna read, but I am, because I think it's a real important part of our city government here at the City Hall. It's proclamation, whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest amongst public servants. And whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides a professional link between the citizens, the local government bodies, and agencies of government and other levels. And whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. And whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. And whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in the education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professionalism organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now therefore, the City Commission of the City of Ocoee does hereby recognize the week of May the 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Melanie Sibbett, and the entire staff of Ocoee City Clerk's Department, and to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Ocoee, Florida, be affixed this 5th day of May, 2026. Rusty Johnson, Mayor. So, we stand up and everybody give you a hand. You're our assistant clerk right now, right? Yep, there you go. All right, we got another one here. I don't want to miss this because he might stop me on the way home. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May the 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week, established by a joint resolution of Congress in 1962. National Police Week pays a special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty for the safety and protection of others. And whereas every day our nation's dedicated law enforcement officers put themselves at risk to keep their fellow citizens safe. Our officers stand as leaders, educating the community about the importance of public safety. And whereas the City of Ocoee observes Peace Officer Memorial Day and Police Week, we pay tribute to the courageous men and women who wear the badge and keep the peace. And whereas we appreciate the extraordinary efforts and sacrifices made by officers and their family members on a daily basis in order to protect our schools, workplaces, roadways, and homes. And whereas law enforcement officers deserve our appreciation for the work they do, which is to help people on a daily basis, protect our citizens, and if necessary, stand in harm's way for the communities they serve. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Commission of the City of Ocoee does hereby proclaim May the 15th, 2026 as National Peace Officer Memorial Day, and May the 10th through the 16th, 2026 as National Police Week in the City of Ocoee, Florida, and publicly salute the services of law enforcement officers in the community and the communities across the nation. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Ocoee, Florida, to be affixed this 5th day of May 2026. Rusty Johnson Mayor. Will the chief and both of you come down? I don't have the legal copies, but I'm gonna give each one of you these. Let's get your picture. We'll stand behind. Come on out here, chief. All right, well, you wait on the young lady, all right? Hold those up in front of you, they'll know. All right?
Sorry.
All right. Thank you. All right, I see Representative Leonard Spencer, Florida State's House District 45 is going to get us an update on what's going on in Tallahassee and around us.
Good evening, Mayor Johnson, Commissioner, staff, members of the community. Thank you for having me. It is always good to be here in the great city of Ocoee. It's my honor and privilege to represent you and other members of House District 45, which includes parts of the city of Ocoee, parts of the city of Windermere, the cities of Oakland and Windermere, Horizon West, the Walt Disney World Resort, Celebration, and other parts of Northwest Osceola County. And so again, it's my honor and privilege of a lifetime to represent all of you. I wanted to take a few minutes and update you on the 60-day legislative session. The session was scheduled to wrap up recently in Tallahassee. However, it did not. Primarily because we're still locked in negotiations over the final state budget. The session was extended into overtime. And tonight, what I want to do is just give you an update on, from the House floor on where things currently stand. As you may know, my agenda is really built on affordability, opportunity, and innovation. And I want to walk through the legislation that impacts local control, legislation that impacts infrastructure, and to also talk about some of the infrastructure that we championed and our ongoing efforts regarding the state budget. So I'll start with the debates we had this year regarding local control. We saw significant discussions this session regarding state preemption of local decision-making. And I consistently push back against state overreach when it comes to local control. The state legislature should not be preempting local communities and stripping decision-making power away from cities like Ocoee. I firmly believe that you all are best equipped to manage your own growth and set your own standards within your community. One of the clearest examples of state preemption this session was House Bill 1001. Now, this bill prohibits counties and municipalities from funding, promoting, or taking any official action related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, including adopting ordinances, resolutions, programs, or policies, things like Martin Luther King Day parades. It prohibits local governments from spending any funds to establish or staff a DEI office, Any member of a local governing body who violates these prohibitions commits misfeasance or malfeasance in office, meaning that local elected officials, like all of you, could face removal by the governor for actions that were previously well within your authority. This bill represents a significant erosion of local home rule and local authority, and I'm opposed to it because I believe those decisions should remain with local elected officials and local voters, because you vote in your elected officials. I also want to address the redistricting special session that just occurred. The majority party called a special session to redraw Florida's congressional and legislative maps. I voted no, because I understand, and I think a lot of Floridians understand, that Florida passed a constitutional amendment that barred gerrymandering to benefit any political party. And the maps that passed are drawn to protect political incumbents rather than to fairly represent the communities that actually live here. Ocoee and the residents of this district deserve maps and should have maps that keep our communities together and give every voter a meaningful voice. I stood against these maps because fair representation and the Constitution is the foundation for everything we fight for in Tallahassee. And I'll continue to fight for fair representation for all. We pushed back on preemption, but we also were able to really win some protections for our residents. I co-sponsored House Bill 365, which is passed and is heading to the governor. Now, this law, it really mandates special training for law enforcement officers when interacting with individuals on the autism spectrum. Now, this is a major safety measure because it can help to prevent misunderstandings and protect residents and police from unfortunate encounters. We also passed legislation allowing high school students, and I see some students here, which is great to see, but we passed legislation allowing high school students to volunteer at polling locations, getting our youth directly engaged in the civic process. Now, when it comes to innovation, I believe that we need to ensure that as Florida grows, it grows responsibly. So I co-sponsored House Bill 243 to bring statewide regulation of e-bikes. We've seen a massive growth of e-bikes in West Orange County. And this bill would cap e-bike speeds at 10 miles per hour on our sidewalks when pedestrians are nearby. It will require operators to yield to pedestrians on shared pathways, and it would make violations of these ordinances a non-criminal traffic infraction. It also launches a statewide crash data collection process so we can finally have some real numbers on where e-bike incidents are happening and who is involved. And this is a data-driven approach, and I'm proud to say that we were able to get that one across the finish line. I'm also proud to announce that our office successfully passed House Bill 1093. This is a vertiports bill, and this bill is to help promote advanced air mobility within our state. We want to continue to be a leader in this space, and Florida is going to lay the groundwork for next generation aviation that's designed to reduce urban traffic congestion, because I'm sure all of you would like to get back and forth on I-4 and 429 a little bit easier. But it's designed to reduce major traffic congestion around major tourism corridors, and it can build traffic networks to serve everyone instead of just paving more highways. Now, on the environmental front, we sponsored House Bill 1019, which is known as the Joe Casello Act, who is a member of the legislature and longtime firefighter of 20-plus years. Now, this bill phases out the use of firefighting foam that contains a chemical known as PFAS. It's known as a forever chemical. And these components do not break down in the environment, and they've been linked to cancers, kidney damage, and other serious health effects. And the bill bans PFAS from foam from non-emergency use starting July 2026. It prohibits its sale by July 2027, and it bans possession outright by July 2029. This also requires public wastewater facilities to conduct quarterly PFAS sampling and report results to the Department of Environmental Protection. And this is especially important here in Central Florida when we think about our lakes, when we think about reclaimed water, because reclaimed water is widely used for irrigation. So this is really about protecting our water, protecting our land, and protecting our health of our families. Now, on affordability, which has been top of mind to everyone, I co-sponsored House Bill 915, which codifies Working People with Disabilities program into permanent Florida law. Because right now, adults with development disabilities who are enrolled in Medicaid, they risk losing their coverage if they get a job or if they start to earn income. Now, House Bill 915 would raise that income and asset limit so these individuals can actually get a job and work, they can save for retirement, and still maintain their Medicaid eligibility. We also co-sponsored House Bill 1481 to expand housing options for veterans, which is critically important, being the father of a veteran and the son of a veteran. And House Bill 1327 to protect veteran benefits payments was also passed, which helps minor clients be able to access veteran benefits. Both of these we were able to get across the finish line. And finally, I just want to finish up sharing a little bit about why we're still in Tallahassee. And it's because the House and Senate remain deadlocked over a budget of more than $113 billion for our state. So there have been the negotiations have stalled, but I am continuing to fight to ensure that our district receives its fair share. We're working to secure $1.5 million for the Oakland South Lake Apopka wastewater extension. We're working on $784,000 for the Windermere Roundabout at 6th Avenue and Main Street. We're working to drive $678,000 for the Windermere Chase Road and Main Street intersection improvements. $170,000 for the Desiree Foundation to combat food deserts in Central Florida, and $150,000 for the Florida Guide Right program, which provides youth membership. So my focus is really around making sure that your tax dollars get reinvested right back into our communities here in West Orange County. The final state budget should be working for the people who actually live and pay taxes here. Now, finally, I'll be heading back to the Capitol throughout this month to finish this work, but City Council Mayor Johnson, I really appreciate your continued partnership. I appreciate your time today, and I want to thank you, and I look forward to continuing to work for the city of Ocoee. God bless you. God bless the great state of Florida, and God bless these United States. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Anybody got any comments?
I have a question or two,
Sure.
if you don't mind. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
being here and for your comments and taking the time to inform us. We here, pretty much universally, really support the fight against preemption of local control and home rule. And when you started on that, I thought you were going to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is live local.
Yes.
And while you were speaking, I looked up and saw that you supported, you didn't mention it, HB 675, which looks to strengthen and augment Live Local and require all incentive money in Live Local to go strictly to affordable housing. And so my question, and I don't want to be inhospitable, like I said, I'm grateful
please.
you're here. But I'd like to know, since that's the number one issue that we have currently with the state and with preemption, can you square that, or what's your opinion on that? Because we believe strongly that Live Local is preempting our zoning and planning and development rights to have the city that we want, and to focus on high-end apartments, single-family homes, retail that fits the community. Some retail establishments don't fit the community. And that comes from our local citizen-led planning and zoning board and our staff. So to me, that's the number one fight you could have on our behalf about preemption. Thank you.
Yeah. So if I could respond, thank you so much for that. And I want to continue to fight, for the city of Ocoee and for what the citizens want. I know one of the things that prompted the discussion around Live Local is, trying to find a balance between affordable housing, which I hear every day from constituents. They can't find a place to live. They want to stay with their family where they grew up, and they can't afford it. And so that's been a huge thing that we're trying to find the right balance on. I hear you. I want to work with you. I would love to have some more conversations around how we can find that right balance between finding affordable housing and creating affordable housing, but also making sure that we can have the communities that we want. So I welcome the discussion.
and I want to work with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Anybody else? There you go, appreciate it.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Let's see. All right, we have the Ocoee Youth Council Program 2025-26 yearly review and recognition of OYC for Municipal Records Coordinator Justice.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Commissioners, City Manager Shadrix, Miranda Justice, Municipal Records Coordinator, and one of our OYC, or Ocoee Youth Council coordinators. Each member of the Youth Council has selected a community event or department to highlight. They will share their experiences with the community and summarize what they learned from the departments that they had the privilege to shadow. I will begin by introducing OIC member Zachary.
The Ocoee Remembers Reception is an annual event hosted by High Point Church and the City of Ocoee to remember the victims of the Ocoee Massacre. Starting in 2022, this event provides the victims' descendants a sense of peace in a way which allows them to honour their loved ones and for all of us to reflect on how far we have come since the tragic event. The Ocoee Youth Council was proud and honoured to be part of the reception and the memorial wall ceremony beforehand at Unity Park, where we were able to hear empowering stories and assist with laying roses along the memorial. I will now introduce OIC member Demetrius.
While at the Youth Council Summit in DeLand, we committed our time to learning about the servant leadership, team building, and advocacy. We participated in activities that covered each topic, which were led by the summit speakers, and we worked together to create and give a presentation to the other youth councils. And I will now introduce OIC members Luciana and England.
During Operation Santa, the Ocoee Youth Council partnered up with the Ocoee Police and Fire Departments to pass out candy to residents all over Ocoee. We were able to hang out with Santa and ride around town in his sleigh.
All throughout the city, we spread holiday cheer while blasting Christmas tunes and collecting gifts for the police department toy drive. It was a pleasure to see the joy on so many children's faces, and I will now introduce members Julian and Daniel.
Assisting the Ocoee Police Department was a great time as we organized toys for the children and we also organized bicycles. And it's great when we get an opportunity just to help out anybody we can. So.
Afterwards, we had the pleasure of going to the police station and working alongside Officer Gonzalez to sort and store toys for children. Some of the toys are so cool that even I wanted to receive them as gifts. Overall, the toy drive was a great way to enrich our community and help children in need. Thank you, OPD, for allowing OIC to have a role in our city and have the chance to make people happy. I'll now introduce Julian again.
The Jolly Jamboree was a fun event where we assisted with the Kids Zone, the ice slides, and the rides, and all the different games that they had. The event was a good impact on our community as it brought everyone together and it brought smiles to everyone. It just made everyone had a good time. And I will now introduce OIC member Demetrius.
At the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, we helped place signs and set up the lineup so participants knew where to go. During the MLK Jr. Day Parade, we learned a lot about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and everything he advocated for. Equality, peace, and standing up for what's right. Implementing it without the use of violence, it was an experience that was conducive to celebrating his legacy. The parade made us think about how far we've come, but also how far we still have to go. Overall, it inspired us to be kinder, speak up against unfairness, and try to make a difference in our own way. I will now reintroduce members Jimmy and Miley.
Each year, the Youth Council travels to participate in an educational
networking event called Youth Council Legislative Action Days, sponsored by the Florida League of Cities. We are grateful for Mr. Brett from Planning, who drove us to and around Tallahassee. This year, the event's focus was on how our contributions within our community can lead to social change throughout the state of Florida. During the seminars, we enjoyed learning about how to identify core leadership values and build self-confidence.
During our Legislative Days trip, we discussed the importance of community leadership development and the impact we can make in our city. Our group came up with innovative ideas for the kind of community we envisioned and how to bring those ideas to life. Even after long days of collaborating, we continued our discussions as a youth council, focusing on plans to improve our city in response to the situations we face today as a society. This trip was special to us because we not only gained an understanding of why community matters, we also formed amazing friendships along the way. The Ocoee Youth Council volunteered at the Spring into Conservation event. In March, our members assist the vendors in various city departments with setting up, and we oversaw the Sunshine Seed Starter booth. I enjoyed this event because it was fun to see all the kids and family enjoy their time together. Overall, Spring into Conservation is one of my favorite events each year. Now I will introduce OIC member Juliana.
When career shadowing with GIS, we went hands-on with the Esri Survey 123 software. Using iPads, Mr. Luis from GIS helped us complete a mock post-disaster damage assessment. Each OIC member was assigned 5 to 6 properties to survey and assess, using the same product the city currently utilizes after hurricanes and other disasters. I will now introduce OIC member England.
During our career shadowing day with utilities, we tried out various equipment and devices used to locate water, sewer, and reclaim lines. We learned about the importance of tracking these pipes and how their location affects surrounding construction. We also learned about how the utilities GIS division updates the pipe tracking software, which benefits the crews in the field. I will now reintroduce OIC members Julian and Daniel.
One of our favorite experiences was our time at the Ocoee Fire Department. Deputy Chief Van Kemp explained to us how the department functions, and we also learned about the tasks that they do on a daily and how they live as working at a fire department. Not only do they handle fires, but they also handle medical emergencies around the city.
Captain Chansey gave us a really cool tour of the fire station, showing us where the firefighters sleep, cook, work out, store their gear, and perform various duties throughout the day. He also showed us the fire engine, rescue, and battalion vehicle, and marine rescue. And he told us about the firefighter recruiter program. I will now introduce OIC member Demetrius.
During our career shadowing experience with the police department in March, OIC had the privilege to watch a SWAT demonstration. Officer Gonzalez, along with Sergeants Adio, Diaz, and Munoz, and Detectives Hutchinson and Hall worked with nearby agencies to give us the full experience, and we were very grateful for their support. We even got to try on the ballistic gear and sit inside the SWAT vehicle, which was very exciting for us.
While shadowing the police department, the youth council had an opportunity to observe K-9 demonstration. We learned about the high level of training, trust, and dedication required between K-9 and its handler. Officer Schilling also showed us body cam footage of an actual apprehension K-9 Kane recently made. It was a valuable experience that showed us the important role they play in keeping our community safe. I will now reintroduce Ms. Miranda.
This concludes the annual report presentation for the Ocoee Youth Council. I will now briefly highlight the Youth Council Scholarship Program, which was approved by the City Commission on December 5th, 2023. OIC members are eligible to receive up to $250 per year of participation with the Youth Council, provided they meet the scholarship qualification guidelines for that year. Each member received an outline of the program when they joined and was informed that additional criteria might be added as the program develops. For the 2025-2026 school year, I am pleased to announce that our OIC members contributed a total of 450 volunteer hours to the Ocoee community, and our 16 seniors have qualified for scholarships. Let me introduce the seniors to the City Commission, and then I would like to invite you to present them with their scholarship checks. Daniel Idowu is graduating from Wekiva High School, and he is a super scholar who will be attending MIT. Demetrius Molina is graduating from Wekiva High School as well. He has spent the past 3 years as a member of OIC. Jimmy Nguyen is graduating from Wekiva High School. He is also a super scholar and is Wekiva's valedictorian. He will be attending the University of Florida. I apologize, Demetrius will be attending Stetson University. Luciana Arce Cervantes is graduating from Legacy High School in Ocoee. She will be attending Florida International University. Miley Zumeda is graduating from Legacy High School in Ocoee. She has also been a member of OIC for the past 3 years and will be attending UCF. Zachary Lauro is graduating from Orlando Science High School, and he will be attending Florida State University. In closing, we would like to say to the City Commission, thank you for your continuous support of the Ocoee Youth Council. Yes.
We'll come down there. I want all, before we do that, I got here Ashley Clark. She's one of our past youth council members, and she wanted to say a few words. Then we'll get everybody's picture down front.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Clark, and 6 years ago, if you were to ask me if I were going to go to college on a full-ride scholarship, all because of my contribution to volunteering on the Ocoee Youth Council, I would have said that you are crazy and you've lost your mind. But I did, and I actually just graduated 3 days ago from Tennessee State University, debt-free, with my psychology degree. Thank you, thank you. And so my message to the graduating seniors of this current day Ocoee Youth Council, I just want to say, have the faith to ask, what if I can? And know that you have a whole community of people supporting you and rooting for you and cheering for you. And it is so easy to doubt yourself and doubt the places that you can go. But I'm living proof of the way that you help others. It comes back to you in big ways, in ways that you can't possibly imagine. So I just want to say congratulations again. And yes, we're all here for you, and we're excited to see where you go. Thank you.
I want to line up front. You got something you want to talk to?
Sir?
Let's give you.
Line up.
I think we're standing. I think we're here. I think we're here. I don't know. Rusty mentioned something about being here. I think.
Yeah.
Probably these two.
Mayor can present a check for whatever.
It's him out there.
And Ms. Justice, we want to thank you very much for y'all's efforts and time you put in. Okay, I got a couple more. Mr. Subers, Jim Subers.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson, distinguished commissioners, city officials, and members of the community. First, let me say, I want to be part of the Ocoee Youth Council. That was awesome. Congratulations to those young people. I'm the CEO for a nonprofit in Orlando called Vision Orlando, and we've been around 30 years. You may know us primarily as a group that does the Orange County Prayer Breakfast, but we work with marketplace leaders, government leaders, and church leaders to connect, to work for the flourishing of our community. And as you guys probably know, across the nation, I think it's a little bit serendipitous that you honored and recognized the National Peace Officer Memorial Day tonight. Because right now, I think we all know that the threats happening in places of worship across the nation create increasing challenges for churches for their security. So we've noticed that a lot of pastors are seeking help in how to protect their congregations, how to increase security. I've reached out to a number of law enforcement officials who are friends of mine and asked if we could do a luncheon for pastors in our community, Ocoee, Greater Orlando, to come together to learn some of the current threat assessments and some of the current strategies to protect their congregations. And I'm looking for partners, we'd love to have the city of Ocoee as a partner because you have a great facility, the Lakeshore facility, to host this luncheon. I'll be working to raise the funds to provide a lunch, but I would love to ask for your help in providing the facility. We've got we're going to have 4 key speakers and specialists in different areas of security, kind of doing 20-minute TED Talks, and then we're going to have a panel discussion. In that panel discussion, we'll have the ability for those in the audience to ask questions, and including we want to have on the panel discussion your own Chief Ogburn, right? Chief Ogden, my friend, asked Chief Ogburn if he would be willing to be part of the panel discussion as well. So that's my request. We would just like to be able to use your with a waived fee of your facility.
Yeah, the chief from Windermere sent me an email, and I got our chief to talk to them and talk to you guys and see if we could do that and bring it tonight where we can get everybody's approval up here on the thing. I have no problem with it. I was hoping everybody else would be okay with that. We've got, I think 3 chaplains or 4 chaplains, chief, on our staff. So do we need a vote on it, or can we do a consensus? So we consent, said yes, so you can get a hold of the department. Patty is the young lady's name that you need to talk to, and we can get the chief or somebody, we'll set it up and get with you, okay?
Thank you very much, Mr.
We'll keep
Mayor.
your phone number and then we'll get it all set up.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
We have a date. It's July 29th. It's
July 29th.
Yeah,
Have you checked that date, chief?
It's already reserved.
Okay,
It's on
good.
hold
That's what
based
we
on
gotta
this
do.
meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see, I got, Mr. Stephen Lewis. Our Stingers Chamber person.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor Johnson and Commissioners. As Mayor mentioned, my name is Stephen Lewis, President and CEO of the West Orange Chamber of Commerce. And I'm here this evening just to share our sincere thanks for the continued partnership and your support in helping us bring Best Fest 2026 to life last month at the Ocoee Lakeshore Center and Bilbreeze Park. With more than 60 vendors from across West Orange County, including strong representation from here in the city of Ocoee, and nearly 1,000 attendees from throughout Central Florida, the event was a true celebration of our local business community, and it provided a great opportunity to highlight the city's beautiful waterfront venue and welcoming spirit on what turned out to be a fantastic evening. City Manager Shadrix, I want to personally thank you and your team for the collaboration and responsiveness throughout the permitting and logistics process. Your partnership made a meaningful difference and helped ensure that the event ran seamlessly. The West Orange Chamber of Commerce deeply values our relationship with the City of Ocoee, and we are grateful for your ongoing support of this event and the West Orange Chamber of Commerce. We look forward to building on this momentum and continuing to work together on events and initiatives that strengthen our community and support local businesses, helping us to live our mission to advance community, collaboration, and leadership. Once again, thank you very much for your hospitality and your commitment to making events like this possible for our community. Thank you all.
I will say that was a great event. It was a lot of different stations there. You could get filled up real quick, like on the before you made the full stops. Thank you, Steve. All right, Dr. Jim Moyer.
Good evening. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. My name is Dr. Jim Moyer. I'm the elected Orange, Soil, and Water Conservation District 2 Supervisor, and my presentation, as always, is mine and for my district alone. In less than 9 weeks, this country is going to be 250 years old. And one of the founding fathers, a frugal one, was Ben Franklin, who said, "Waste not, want not." And in honor of Ben Franklin and the 250th anniversary, I'm launching a challenge, a water challenge. I'm calling D2C3. The C3 stands for number 1, change. Create 2 new habits. And I'm making this very simple. Just figure out one thing that you're doing right now that you can change every day that will conserve water. For example, do you run the water while you brush your teeth? What about when you soap up in the shower? What about when you're doing the dishes? Just pick one thing and every day conserve water. The third C3, I'm calling clean. And this is to prevent things going into the stormwater drain. Things that you may not even think about. That trash on the sidewalk in your neighborhood, that could end up in the storm drain. If you wash your car in your driveway, instead of going to a car wash, that can end up in the storm drain. If you're not taking care of your car properly, and the oil and the other chemicals are leaking onto your driveway, that could go into your storm drain and eventually pollute our waterways. So Ben Franklin also said, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." So step 2, tell your friends, family, etc., neighbors, teach them to be part of this challenge. Involve them and organizations to be part of the D2C3 Water Challenge. If you have any questions, comments, please contact me. I created a new email address just for this initiative. Thank you so much. Take personal responsibility. You have certain habits now, make changes. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. All right, now we get down to the consent agenda. Huh?
Staff.
Where's it? Oh, there it is, yeah. Staff reports first.
All right, Mayor, couple of things that I promised to report back on. While I'm doing this, I'll ask the fire chief and deputy fire chief to come up, and they're going to provide an update on our AED program. Regarding the fire station, I'll be providing you with a more detailed timeline via memorandum, but we are on track to be at 90% plans by August of this year. Just as a reminder, we started down the path, almost 2 years ago with a P3, and we could not come to terms due to the pricing, which triggered that we had to shift gears and go through a CM at risk process. We are on track and have not wasted any time, and we should be on budget. And I will provide you a more detailed update, like I said, via memorandum. Couple other quick things. Traffic calming update, refurbishment, installation. We've repainted and restriped 9 existing speed tables, including Russell Drive, Jamela, Kimball. We've installed 3 new speed tables on Ruis, Fluelling, and Sabrina. And we are scheduled this week for new rumble strip installation on Jemima. And we have speed studies currently taking place. I know the gentleman's talked to a couple of you in the Windstone at Ocoee neighborhood along Elmara Drive, Anacostia Avenue, and Canyon Trail Lane. And I'm going to turn it over to Chief Smothers to provide a very brief update on our AED projects.
All right, thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. City Manager did ask me to give you guys a brief update on the AED projects that we've had in our city parks. So basically, I'll kind of go through our presentation that we did last year around this same time, just to kind of catch you up here, and we've integrated what we've done since then. But just to recap, everybody really knows what the AED is. It's automated external defibrillator, which is very important in life-saving measures. The importance of the AED is to increase the chances of survival for cardiac arrest victims, ease of use with its voice and visual instructions, and provides an immediate response before emergency medical services arrive. Having these AEDs readily accessible in parks ensures a safe environment for our residents and visitors. Oops. There we go. And just to recap again here, where it falls in the chain of survival. So early recognition of someone that's in medical need, early CPR, high quality CPR, early defibrillation, and then post-resuscitation care. During this project, it started during the 23-24 budget year, and we worked toward getting AEDs installed at all of our city parks. And I want to thank Martha for being here again. Due to her generous donation from Parent Heart Watch, the staff last year was able to install AED towers and wall-mounted AEDs into 5 of our parks. And that was through a great donation through Parent Heart Watch that donated 5 of the AEDs and the wall-mounted cabinets that they go into. Some of the factors that are involved in that is finding the parks that we want to get it into. We got to have electrical access and security of it. So all of these devices that we're putting out into the parks, they are monitored devices. So if anybody opens up an AED, we get an alert that the cabinet or the stand has been opened up. If somebody takes the AED out of it, we get an additional alert that that's been moved there, and our personnel know to respond there right away. And just to recap, we last year we put a unit here that you can see pictured at Wellness Park, Central Park, Jim Beach Soccer Field, Freedom Park, and Prairie Lake Park. Thanks to Commissioner Kennedy's donation, we've already ordered the cabinet and the AED, and we found out yesterday from Martha that the cabinet has arrived, so, and we already have the AED, so as soon as we get that here in the city, we will reach out to facilities and get that installed. But that one that we've got that we're going to be installing next will be at the Forest Lake Golf Club. This will be one of the wall-mounted ones, so it should be easy to get that installed relatively quickly there. The power's right there. We had discussed with Parks about potentially putting one out somewhere in the center of the golf course, and that's still in our talks to do, but with the changes that are coming, we're going to wait because we do need power for these units here, so that might be one of our obstacles there. With this addition, that leaves us just these 6 parks that we do not have those units installed at. Unity Park, Tiger Minor, which Tiger Minor we have one, or no, I'm sorry, Tiger Minor, Vignetti Park. Vignetti Park, we have one inside the fitness room, so there's one in the close vicinity, but somebody has to be able to get it from inside because it's not a secured box. Coventry Park, Sorensen Park, same as Vignetti. We've got one located inside, but we'd like to get one that's a secure box that we can have outside so that it can be readily available should nobody be available to get the one that's inside. And then Montgomery Park will close us out on the parks in the city. Here's a little map. It's a little hard to see here, but it shows you all the green dots are AEDs that we have throughout the city, and then the 6 red dots at the parks that do not have them yet. But in this map, it shows you all the city buildings as well that have these AEDs readily available. And I'll go over those in just a second. But the AEDs are part of our fire department's budget, and we conduct quarterly physical checks on those. And each year we budget to replace 10 of the AEDs. And which last commission meeting, I believe it was, you guys gave us authorization to seek a grant to get some additional AEDs. That grant process has not opened up yet, but we're in the waiting phase to apply for a grant to get some additional AEDs replaced. And then just to recap here, City Hall, we have 3 AEDs here. We have one on the main floor here and one on each, the second and third floors as well. Public Works, they have one at the Fleet Bay, Water Treatment Plant at Beach, North Water Treatment Plant on Hackney Prairie, South Water Treatment Plant in McGuire, and in their office building. Park and Leisure has one at Lakeshore Center, McGuire House, Ison Center, the one I just mentioned at Vignetti Park that's inside, the Beach Center that's inside, Central Park, Bulldog Field, and then again Sorensen Field has one inside, but we want to get one outside. And then the Bill Breeze Parkway over near the boat dock is one that we've installed here a couple of years ago as well. Public safety facilities, we have one in our lobby at the fire station, and the police department has one in their lobby as well. And then all fire department staff vehicles have them as well. Our command staff, each one of us have one in our vehicles. The inspectors have them in their vehicles. Our administrative vehicles have them, and we have got those mounted in our MSU 25 bus as well. And that's pretty much a recap right now. Welcome to any questions if anybody has anything.
I want to say appreciate it. Thanks to Martha and their company.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We appreciate it very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing further.
All righty, now we'll get down to the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wilson. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kennedy. Any more comments? Let's vote. All right, nothing on the first reading of ordinance, and we'll go to second reading of ordinance and public hearings. Second reading of an ordinance prohibiting urination and defecation in public. Police Chief Ogden.
Interesting one.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. My officers have encountered on several different occasions individuals taking part in these activities. Hence, that's the reason why we requested this ordinance. By having this ordinance prohibiting public urination and defecation serves practical, legal, and community-based purposes. Human waste can carry bacteria, viruses, and parasites that pose health risks, especially in high-traffic areas. An ordinance such as this can help reduce exposure to contaminants that can spread disease, particularly in parks, sidewalks, and in shared spaces. Having a clearly defined ordinance gives law enforcement and code enforcement officers a consistent legal framework for addressing these types of complaints. Public urination and defecation negatively impact the appearance and cleanliness of a city. This type of ordinance reinforces community standards and addresses behaviors that can lead to broader disorder concerns. And that's the reason we would like to have this ordinance installed or implemented.
All righty.
Ready for me to read?
Yeah, go ahead.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, adopting a new Title 60 of the Ocoee Code of Ordinances titled Miscellaneous Offenses, prohibiting public urination and defecation, providing definitions, providing penalties, providing for codification, conflicts, and an effective date.
It is.
That's it.
All right, we'll go open the public hearing. Anybody in the public have any comments on the item number 9? All right, I'll close it and bring it back up. We need more comments or a motion.
I just think it's very sad that we have to have this type
Yeah.
of ordinance, but it's necessary, but it's just sad that we have to have it.
I don't think they have it in Los Angeles.
No. I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Kennedy. Here, second.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Oliver. No more comments, let's vote. Public hearing, let's see, approval of McGuire Plaza large-scale preliminary final site plan. Director Lip? There he is.
Good evening. Nick Lepp here to ask for approval of the McGuire Plaza large-scale preliminary final site plan. So the issue is we're looking for, should the Honorable Mayor and Commissioners choose to approve this large-scale site plan for McGuire Plaza located at property address 51 McGuire Road with assigned parcel number 182222800000096. So a little background, this is located in District 3. It's 3.63 acres. Parcels now are currently combined, as you're seeing on the map, there's 2 of them. It's zoned industrial, restricted manufacturing, warehousing currently. Here's an aerial of the area there, just south of McGuire and south of Franklin Street. You can see with the new property appraisers that parcel has now been combined. The surrounding future land use, there's industrial to the south, commercial to the north, Circle K, and then commercial across the street. The zoning also is consistent with the future land use, with industrial to the south, industrial to the west, commercial to the north, and commercial across the street to the east. What they're proposing here in the final site plan is 3 one-story flex-space commercial offices totaling 42,750 square feet. There's on-site parking, stormwater, and also supporting infrastructure. The access will be on McGuire Road, but there's also designed for a future connection that will connect it to Franklin Street to the north as the development to the west comes forward. Here's a more detailed view of that site plan with the parking and with access all the way around. And then here's some renderings looking at the building view coming from the east across the street from McGuire. And the kind of the back of the building. As you can see, there are large doors that open up, but from the ground floor, so you do not have the large trucks and the loading with the heightened access doors. Here's another one of the larger building, as you would be looking from the north. And then the backside looking at the larger industrial doors. So as this is in the Plant Street district, we had that architectural design guideline to make it look more retail. In the commercial, but then it will act as more of that flex industrial as it kind of gets built out. It's consistent with the Plant Street Character District. The transportation access on McGuire Road with a planned future connection on Franklin Street will serve it quite well with the transportation and safety. Utilities is there with the water and sewer and reclaimed water. There's on-site stormwater treatment, and the architectural design is there consistent with that Plant Street character area. So the Planning and Zoning recommended unanimous approval on April 14th. We're looking for a recommendation that the board approve the preliminary final site plan for McGuire Road, located at 51 McGuire Road, parcel ID, which I've already read into the record. So I'm here to answer any questions, and so is the engineer.
We want to read the, nothing to read, all right? Motion to approve. We don't need to open the public on it either. I'm going to open the public. Anybody in the public have any comments on item number 10, approval of McGuire Plaza large-scale preliminary final site plan? No comments, we close it, bring it up to the dais. Anybody on the dais have any comments?
I just have one question. Did I understand correctly, clarify that when something is built on the Franklin side, there will be an entrance there?
Yes, so as it's built on the west side in that larger industrial, we're looking for that connection that will actually line up with Bonus, where it came out of the Silver Star study, and looking at the roundabout there. So this connection will connect to that access street.
Access.
Okay, just clarifying that, thank you.
All right, Mr. Kennedy. Nope, that was, anybody? Nobody? All right, need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Firstner, here second.
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. No more comments, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Great job. Public hearing, approval, no, let's see, regular agenda. Got it, mayor's announcements. All right. May events, HRDB Community Speaker Series covering creating supportive spaces will take place Thursday, May the 7th at 6:15 p.m. in the Commission Chambers. Attendees will explore how environments and communication styles influence performance, engagement, and collaboration. All are welcome. Visit ocoee.org for more information. Senior Scam Prevention Event happening on Tuesday, May the 12th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ocoee Lakeshore Center. This free event will feature guest speakers from several agencies, including Ocoee Police Department, to help you recognize, prevent, and report fraud. Lunch is being sponsored by Centerwell. Register by May the 10th at ocoee.org. Asian Culture Festival will be held on Sunday, May the 17th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Ocoee Lakeshore Center and Bill Breeze Park. Admission and parking are free. Attendees will enjoy live music, dance performances, food, culture vendors, and more. Memorial Day ceremony happening on Thursday, May the 21st at 11 a.m. at Ocoee Lakeshore Center. The ceremony is open to the public. Refreshments will be provided after the ceremony. All right, Commissioner Kennedy.
I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. Have you heard that before?
I'm not going to comment.
I appreciate and respect the diversity and the inclusion of having the Free Thought group here to read an inspiring word. And I agreed with most of it, or all of it. But it breaks my heart in a way when we gather here and we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and we have troops overseas, and we don't pray for God to protect them, and we don't pray for Him to comfort their families and give them peace while they're protecting us and our law enforcement officers and our fire department. So I don't know if we can do both on those when they ask. I know they ask, and the mayor graciously lets them come, and I think that's the right thing to do. But maybe we can also pray when we do that. And nobody has to respond, but I just wanted to share my comment. That's it.
Real quick comment. I had somebody, but he had to leave in emergency, so. All right, Mr. Wilson.
I just want to take a moment. It was mentioned the AEDs that we have around the city, and I guess I want to just a shout out to Martha Lopez Anderson, who from the very beginning was instrumental in us having acknowledgement understanding what an AED is. She used to hold screenings in our old Lakeshore Center and for the community. And out of her tragedy came Parent Heart Watch. And Martha has been, she was a resident of Ocoee, she's still in our heart. And she was very instrumental in our AED program and still is. So just want her, again, she was in the back, but we didn't get her to come up, but Martha has been in our hearts for many years over this, and the AED program. Thank you.
Commissioner Forster,
No, no comment.
Commissioner Oliver.
Well, I just got a couple of comments, actually really one comment. Over the past month or so, I received calls that were really just kind of heartbreaking to me, as we've had 2 students from Ocoee High School commit suicide, and it happened within 30 days. And it just kind of broke my heart, and I reached out to the principal and contact some folks at the school board to talk about mental health programs in the schools, and found out that the mental health councils have been removed from our schools, our school system. So a lot of our kids, our youth, don't have that outlet to be able to talk to mental health counselors in our school system. So then it leaves me with the question as to how do we actually reach our youth and be able to talk to them about their mental health and get them to understand how important their mental health is to prevent suicides. I also looked up here in the state of Florida that from 2011 to 2020, suicide rates in Florida for youth more than doubled between the ages of 10 and 14, and increased by 40% from the ages of 15 through 19. Mental health crisis increased by 20% for high school students surveyed in 2023, reported seriously considering suicide in the past year. 9% had attempted suicide. 1% is too much as far as I'm concerned. So, we have these 2 students. I don't know what we can do, but I am now on a crusade to try to find out what can we do to help our youth. I know our youth are gone. Maybe youth may hear this, but again, I am on a crusade to try to figure out how do we, I don't know if we can get it back in the schools, or at least have somewhere that kids can reach out and speak to somebody, anybody, about their mental health, their well-being, and the things that they're thinking about. So I think that is super important. And I'm gonna leave you with this. This may sound familiar to some of us. Promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Christopher Robbins from Winnie the Pooh. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. I just want to say that last Friday night, we had the Cinco de Mayo event here downtown in Ocoee. It was well attended. Everybody seemed to have a great time. They had a few rides for the children to get on and didn't have to pay. So that was a great thing. So it was a good turnout for the event. Once again, let's all keep in our minds and hearts about everybody who, the firefighters, police officers, first, anybody, especially soldiers over in the war zones, keep them in your prayers, that everything is safe. Believe me, if you're in a place like that, you want the prayers to come to you. So let's remember that. Once again, thanks to the staff for that last Friday night, Craig. Give them
Thank you.
a good call, a good hand. They do an excellent job. And see everybody in a couple weeks.